cannot blame the players. Ruben Amorim must take responsibility. Winners and losers after Manchester United's 0-2 loss to Newcastle. Amorim's philosophy torn apart in ruthless Premier League reality. Casemiro, considering departure from Manchester United, could reunite with Ronaldo. Ruben Amorim faced heavy criticism following Manchester United's 0-2 loss to Newcastle United, as his flawed tactics and unbalanced lineup pushed the Red Devils into a dark period. Manchester United's disappointing run continued with a 0-2 defeat to Newcastle United at Old Trafford. This marked their 5th loss in December, an occurrence not seen since 1962. Under these circumstances, Ruben Amorim has become the focal point of criticism, with his tactical missteps contributing significantly to the team's poor performance. Newcastle, in excellent form, dominated Manchester United from the opening minutes. Within the first 20 minutes, they scored twice from simple wing attacks. Defensive errors, particularly from Noussair Mazraoui and Lisandro Martinez, increased the pressure on Amorim's team. Despite deploying 5 defenders, United couldn't handle Newcastle's sharp attacking moves. The biggest weakness in this defeat lay in midfield. Missing Bruno Fernandes and Manuel Ugarte due to suspensions, Amorim placed his trust in veteran duo Christian Eriksen and Casemiro. However, they struggled against the dynamism of Sandro Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, and Joelinton from Newcastle. Opting for a 3-4-3 formation left United vulnerable in the midfield. Instead of addressing the instability early, Amorim was slow to adjust. After just 30 minutes, he substituted Joshua Zirkzee, who left the pitch to jeers from the crowd to bring on Kobbie Mainoo and bolster the midfield. While Mainoo added some positivity, the damage had already been done. Newcastle's 2 early goals sealed the match. Moreover, Amorim seemed to lack a clear contingency plan. Leaving Marcus Rashford on the bench when the team desperately needed goals was a puzzling decision. The attack, with limited chances created by Rasmus Højlund and Harry Maguire, failed to salvage the situation. After the game, Amorim admitted his responsibility. "I am the one to blame. I don't want to give any more excuses because people are tired of hearing them." However, acknowledging mistakes cannot hide the fact that he is struggling with the current squad. Manchester United needs a significant turnaround to escape this crisis, but that won't happen unless Amorim quickly changes his tactical approach. He must find a balance between his strategic ideas and the player's actual capabilities, or face the possibility of losing his position in the near future. Manchester United ended the year on a low note, losing 2-0 to Newcastle United at home. With the squad impacted by injuries and suspensions, head coach Ruben Amorim chose to deploy Joshua Zirkzee as the number 10. However, this decision quickly turned disastrous as Zirkzee was substituted after just 33 minutes. He looked like a shadow of his former self, and it might be best for him to seek a new opportunity in the upcoming transfer window. Christian Eriksen partnered with Casemiro in midfield due to a lack of options, but the duo delivered a poor performance. While Casemiro still has value as a backup for Manuel Ugarte, Eriksen appears to be playing to salvage his future at the club. After this showing, it seems almost certain he will leave in 2025. Standing in as captain for the suspended Bruno Fernandes, Lisandro Martinez was expected to lead by example. Instead, the Argentine was at fault for the first goal and failed to perform well throughout the match. If his form doesn't improve, Martinez could lose his starting spot as Amorim seems to favor Godwill Kukanki. As the striker, Rasmus Højlund had no impact and even missed the team's best chance of the match. His poor form, coupled with his inability to hold up the ball, may push Amorim to prioritize signing a new forward in the next transfer window. Returning from 4 games out, Marcus Rashford started on the bench and appeared disinterested. Amorim opted not to use him, suggesting Rashford's inclusion was more about filling out the matchday squad than making a meaningful contribution. When introduced, Kobbie Mainoo brought a spark to the game. He nearly registered an assist, only for Casemiro to squander the chance. The 19-year-old showcased promising form, hinting at a return to the potential he showed last season. Even though he didn't play, Manuel Ugarte emerged as a winner in this match. His absence left Manchester United's midfield vulnerable, highlighting the critical role the Uruguayan plays in the team. This loss not only exposed Manchester United's weaknesses, but also emphasized the necessary changes the squad must undergo. Amid the struggles, young talents like Kobbie Mainoo and Manuel Ugarte provide hope. while underwhelming performances from others make it clear that head coach Ruben Amorim has a lot of work ahead in the new year. Manchester United suffered another defeat as head coach Ruben Amorim's favored three center-back system failed to contain Newcastle United at Old Trafford. Amorim stated before the match that changing one's core philosophy marks the end of any head coach. However, after a 0-2 loss to Newcastle, his philosophy faces serious scrutiny as his 3-4-2-1 system seems incompatible with Manchester United's current squad. Newcastle exploited United's weaknesses to secure their fourth consecutive win, climbing to fifth place in the Premier League standings. Amorim is undoubtedly a talented head coach, but his insistence on an ill-fitting system has dragged the team deeper into crisis. He paired Casemiro and Christian Eriksen, two midfielders lacking physical dominance, against Newcastle's powerful trio of Bruno Guimaraes, Joelinton, and Sandro Tonali. The result was a complete collapse of control in midfield. Defensive wingbacks Noussair Mazraoui and Diogo Dalot found themselves isolated, unable to contribute to the attack, turning United's backline into a passive five-man defense. The central defensive trio of Matthijs de Ligt, Harry Maguire, and Lisandro Martinez struggled to coordinate, often dropping too deep and failing to press aggressively. Newcastle exploited these vulnerabilities with ease. The first goal came from a cross by Lewis Hall on the left flank, where Mazraoui failed to apply enough pressure, allowing Alexander Isak to head in unmarked between Martinez and Maguire. The second goal, also from the left, saw Hall deliver another cross that Joelinton converted with a header, leaving United's defense helpless once again. Meanwhile, the home side lacked cohesion both tactically and mentally. They created a few chances through Rasmus Højlund and Casemiro but failed to capitalize. Maguire's header hitting the post was one of the rare bright spots in an otherwise dismal performance. The match also saw Joshua Zirkzee substituted after just over 30 minutes, a clear sign that Amorim is struggling to adapt. Despite this, he stubbornly stuck to the 3-4-2-1 formation for the entire game. The Old Trafford crowd, though frustrated, tried to rally with chants of support, but their efforts felt like futile consolation. This defeat marked the first time in Manchester United's history that they have lost 6 games in December. With just 7 points from 8 matches under Amorim, the club is in deep crisis and now faces the looming threat of relegation. United continues to spiral into disappointment, unable to find a short-term solution to their woes. With limited playing time under head coach Ruben Amorim, Casemiro is likely to move to the Saudi Pro League during the January 2025 transfer window. Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, PIF, is pushing to secure Casemiro's signature this January. While their interest is not new, the Brazilian midfielder's current situation at Manchester United makes the deal more feasible than ever. Under Amorim's leadership, Casemiro has struggled for minutes in England, prompting the 32-year-old to seriously consider a switch to Saudi Arabia in early 2025. The move presents an enticing opportunity for the experienced midfielder, and his departure from Old Trafford appears to face little resistance. PIF has not yet decided which top Saudi club, Al Hilal, Al Nasser, or Al Ittihad, will sign the former Real Madrid star. The final decision will depend on the number of foreign players each club can register. Among these, Al Nasser holds a significant advantage due to Casemiro's strong relationship with Cristiano Ronaldo, his former teammate at both Real Madrid and Manchester United. Casemiro, who has had a decorated career with Sao Paulo, Porto, Real Madrid, and the Brazil national team, remains under contract with Manchester United until June 2026. However, he has no plans to return to his native Brazil, and the Saudi Pro League seems like a promising next chapter for the 1992-born midfielder. Recently, Casemiro played in Manchester United's 0-2 loss to Newcastle United at Old Trafford. The defeat dropped the Red Devils to 14th place in the Premier League standings. Thanks for tuning in to MU Daily Zone. We hope you enjoyed today's updates on all things Manchester United. Don't forget to like the video, share it with your fellow Red Devils, and drop a comment below with your thoughts. We'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll always stay updated with the latest news. Until next time, stay passionate, stay united, see you soon.